Okay. I'm like answering my own reply video so that I can try to explain my position better. Not that it needs it, because some of you seem to be just ignorant. I don't know why you're pushing this little thing, especially the one guy. Your nicknames are beyond me anyway. They're your pronunciations, so I'm not even going to try. Except for Inkly U. Is that right? Inkly U? Inky U? I don't know. Anyway, 4 years he says, hardcore bodybuilder. How old are you, dude? 4 years. And that gives you a right to say something telling me that my 50 years doesn't count. You see, that was just stupid when you said that. You know, I got four, I don't know about you, but I got 4 years of hardcore. Dude, it's just goofy. All it tells me is you're a child. That you actually thought there was a withdrawal going on there, when all it was just such a desire from you that your brain told you to make it look weird for him, so I get some more. That's all it is. It's not a physiological withdrawal because there are no physiological properties that can create that in marijuana. And this thing about it's theoretically possible, we're talking about like 1,500 pounds in a day or something or less, whatever, and that is impossible. Therefore, the theory is not really a theory, it is a speculation, and it's a morbid speculation because it's unfair, absolutely unfair. Marijuana has been treated like this ever since the old Harry J. Anslinger Reefer Madness. Did you see that movie by any chance? This is how our government's been thinking about pot all this time. Have you seen it? It's called Reefer Madness. It was produced in 1933. It's black and white, of course. It's the strangest thing you'll ever see, but it's the scourge of the teens, I guess, of the hip crowd, whatever. My point was that I've been using it and know many, many others that have used it for so long. I've been without it for days, weeks, months, after using it for decades, which is 10 years each. In fact, I smoked pot for probably 20 years straight before I quit. And only kind of quit because I got in a little trouble and I ended up in jail for a few years and you're not allowed to have it. You can't have it every day. You might get some once a month back in the day. Well, we're talking about the 60s, 70s. Yeah. Yeah, good old indica, the real stuff. All the buds were cushions. Anyway, whatever. My point is, I didn't feel any withdrawals. You get irritated because, well, you're pissed off. I can't find any weed. Like I said, you can get irritated and sleepless just by being pissed off because you have an argument with your girlfriend. There's many things that can cause that feeling in you. And to say that it's marijuana withdrawal just because you see this goofy guy's video, and if he is a geneticist, what business is he doing trying to? All his peer review research, by the way, is mostly from the National Drug Addiction Treatment Policy, which is run by the government. It's their clinic. Do you understand? Okay. And whether you do or not, it doesn't matter. This is my point. I've got real world experience, real world research. Research isn't always peer reviewed and put into a journal. They wouldn't accept it because I wouldn't have it. I don't have a master's yet, let alone a PhD. Goofy. But I do have real world experience of all the different drugs, alcohol, all those things. Real world experience. Plus many, 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 many acquaintances and friends that have also had these real world experiences. Not once have I ever heard of anybody talk about withdrawals because they quit using marijuana. In fact, to it, man, they've usually come back and said, man, I didn't really feel anything. It's just like I quit smoking and well, my lungs got a little clearer. Those are the kind of thing. I'm not as hungry. I can lose a little weight now. Those are the kind of things people say after quitting. Nobody goes to a treatment center to quit pot. If they do, they're retarded. And they just don't have any personal responsibility, nor they don't have any self-esteem. They need to take the power they have and use it to get some self-esteem. Because trust me, just because it's illegal, that doesn't mean that. See, there's a stigma about things that feel good. If it feels good, it must be bad, because we live in a world of, what do they call it? Original sin and all that kind of crap. So if it feels good to you, if it makes you feel good and euphoric, it's got to be bad. There's no way. I mean, you're losing your mind. And then they have a beer. What the fuck? Come on. You can't see the propaganda in this guy's head. I don't care if he's a geneticist. I don't care who he is. What kind of research he says he did. Reading articles is not doing research. A bunch of scientists smoking machines and asking people, pot smokers, that would actually admit to it and come and say, yes, I have these feelings, so they can get paid. Yeah, the test subjects always get paid. You dumbass. Have you been to college? Do you know anything about it? See, those are the things that you're probably not ready to argue about or discuss. Okay? Because you're probably one of those types that think argue means fight, which it doesn't. Argue is a discussion of pro and con. Fighting is a repression of another's mind. You're trying to say they're wrong, and you push them out of it. Yeah, you shut up. But when you argue, you say you're pro, they say you're con, you're whatever. We argue on here. I'm arguing with you. I don't hate you. I don't even know you. Oh, I'm talking to the guy I actually had with the 4 years of hardcore pot. He was the one who seemed really excited about telling me all about how he backs this guy up. So, Inkly you or whatever your freaking name is. IQ to you? Is that what it is? I don't know. Somebody will tell you, I'm sure, that this was meant for you. Because, we're having this little argument online here. The comments. But I got to tell you, this guy's research, that's the thing. His research, he seems to be, the only thing he's talking about is this so-called, this theoretical withdrawals thing of his. Why isn't he talking about the euphoria, about the way it helps depression patients without having to take the psychoactive trickery drugs? Why don't you tell about how? What doesn't he tell us about how it lowers blood pressure in people with hyperglycemia? What does he tell us about how in some people it's been shown that some of the cannabinoids have retarded and stopped the growth of cancers, brain cancers, cells, yeah. So he didn't talk about any of that. None of it. Didn't talk about medical marijuana. He just talked about marijuana, period. And then went and had some beers. I'll bet you. So put on your big boy pants and go ask some people. Okay? Some older guys. Go down to your favorite pot park and ask the older guys. Even if they're drunk now, they'll tell you about their marijuana smoking. Every one of them will tell you, I can quit. Why not? They don't want to. That's the point. It's not that we have to. It's why should we? And that's the idea. He keeps pushing this withdrawal thing on it and says this, everybody is supposed to quit. It's a bad thing. And that's the scary thing about it. He's doing that. And I'm really surprised you can't see that. No, I'm not. Says consider your arguments and your grammar and everything. It's really kind of funny. But everybody, did you get my point? You understand? At my age, 58, I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot of pot smokers. I've seen, recreational, medical, everything. And by the way, I'm even now on medical marijuana, which has been very helpful for me. No legs. I'm in a wheelchair. See? No legs. Wheelchair. It's been very helpful. I don't have depression. I'm diagnosed, they say that I'm schizoaffective bipolar. But I've been almost without symptoms now for about 6 years. Do you understand that? I don't take any antidepressants. No Zoloft, no Zyprexa, no little blue pills, no little striped pint pills, no Elavils, no, none of it. Chantrix that they're trying to give to you for quitting smoking tobacco. The reason those little words down below, they'll cause nightmares and all that, because it's an antidepressant. And then why they even call them that, I will never know. They don't depress any freaking thing. Everyone I ever tried to take made me more depressed. I had the nightmares. In fact, one made me go into a psychotic episode for a week. And I wasn't smoking any pot because I couldn't. I was in a hospital in the psych unit. Psychotic. Asking my brother, so where's my spaghetti? Weird shit because of those freaking pills. Then after that, man, I said to myself, no, I gotta find a better way. This is bullshit. I'm not gonna hear the voices. I don't want them. I don't want to be depressed. I don't like the manics because they were nutty with me. It's one of the ways I lost my legs and stuff. But I gotta tell you, I got on medical marijuana and bam! There's strains out there I can find that make me so. I mean, you get euphoric. How are you gonna be depressed? You're laughing about every fucking thing. How are you gonna be depressed? Tell me that one. And how are you gonna lose your appetite when you got the munchies? Because it also would make me, I could go for days without eating. I'd push down a bottle of, Fortify or something, but that's it, and like I said, I've been without pot for days or months or weeks. Never any, be pissed off because I don't have any, because I like it. Makes me feel good. It's euphoric. And once again, why is that a bad thing? Because that's the only thing it does to actually denigrate a person's personality or desires or anything, their mind, or it'll blunt the mind a little, but that's because you've pretty much made yourself euphoric. But it's not a really bad thing. I've driven plenty of cars on pot. I actually drive slower and better. Well, yeah, I'm a professional driver. Well, if you believe me, and it doesn't matter. I'll show you my NASCAR diagram next time. But for now, they say it's Easter, the most morbid celebration ever devised by man. I'm telling you, they're celebrating some kind of omnipotent God impregnating a 12-year-old girl with the representation of him as a human, but a God. And then tells us things, well, I'm going to have you tortured and killed in your life, so don't worry about it. Just go tell everybody to be happy and love me. What's that all about? And then they bring in a rabbit and an egg. Had to say that because today's the day. Actually, it's just, well, okay, like Katie's, you want to see me. Later, I'm an Earthling.